And good morning, everyone. Oh, hold up a sec. I want to show what y'all are tuning in for today. There we go. Let's give it a little minute for it to catch over. All right. Well, we're going to kick this off this morning. I need to check the other links to see if it's lagged up. And all right. Well, we're going to kick this off. There we go. There we go. Tyler, can you hear me? If you can hear me, throw a thumbs up. Okay, good. I want to say welcome everyone on this wonderful Wednesday, November 30th, this morning on Crüe Conversations with me, JP Warren, the founder of Connection Crüe, Crüe Club, Kids Crüe, and Energy Crüe podcast. So be sure to check out all those. You can find that at www.connectioncrüe.com. And I'm pretty pumped to let me see. I need to check the other links to make sure that it's we're going live. And if you do see us live, be sure to chime in and say hello wherever you're kind of tuning in from. We love getting the banter and feedback from the audience. And if those out there, obviously, when we open this up for people to kind of chime in, come in, say hello, and ask questions, and see if I can provide some support for this very, very special guest, a good buddy of mine, Tyler Thomason. And if you were tuning in now, say hello, chime in. Say where you're tuning in from. David Gibson, I can hear you. David, good morning, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Are you still up in Anchorage freezing your tail off? Or are you doing good down back south? It's working. Good. Okay. Listening from Wimberley, Texas. That's a good place to be right now. I think it was probably the holidays. And let's see. Tyler, and for those that don't know, this is Tyler Thomason. Those are tuning in now. He just wrote an amazing, amazing children's book that we're going to get into right now. And I think it couldn't be more of a timely, environment right now for an educational book about energy to come out. And this is the book right here, What Makes My Nightlight Bright, A Kid's Guide to Energy, written and illustrated by Tyler Thomason. All right, so I'm going to bring Tyler in now. We're going to keep on giving some shout-outs to wherever you're tuning in from. Good morning, Tyler. How are you doing today?
Hey, doing good, Dippy.
I didn't even know you were going to be wearing this.
I didn't either. Crazy.
Can you talk? Let me hear you. Let me see.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Nope. Awesome. Perfect.
All right, everyone. So we're going to take some more chiming in where everyone's tuning in from. Caleb, good morning from Oklahoma City, one of my favorite cities out there. My wife and I just spent kind of a couple days after we had a Crüe Club event up there. Tyler, if you can, your audio is chime in. Can I hear you?
It should be working now.
I can't hear you. It's okay. Nope. All right, let's keep working on it. You want to mess around with it? Just keep on trying to. Okay. You log back out, log back in.
Is that working now? Nope.
All right. Still can't hear you, but okay. Let's kind of Tyler, on your end, trying to work the magic and just try to chime in whenever you can so we can hear you. And if worse comes to worse, try to log out and try to log back in. That usually fixes 90% of the problems. That or unplugging and plugging it back in. All right. You gonna ask me about Aggie colored drill bits? I think you can, absolutely. I think that's a great call. So David Gibbs made a cool looking Aggie drill bit that was fun, especially after that game with LSU. Tyler, are you there?
Yep. Does that work now?
Oh my goodness, I don't have anything from you.
Well,
we were talking. Okay, for the record out there, this is what happens to do a live show. We were talking seamlessly probably about 3 minutes ago, and of course now it's not working. Tyler, you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out.
Trying, man.
Okay, all right. Well, let's keep on doing some stuff, and just talk. If I can hear you,
Nope. Test.
Good morning from New Braunfels. Great location. Justin Brignac. Good morning from Magnolia, Texas. Morning, Justin.
Test.
Hope you're doing well, amigo. It's been too long. Kids Crüe shirts all around. Absolutely. That's the place to be right now. Nope, still can't hear you, Tyler. Keep it going, buddy. Permian Basin proud. All right, Dan, that's what I'm digging. I'm digging that. Wait, so okay, they can hear Tyler. So Tyler, I think you're good. For some reason, I can't do that. Wait, so okay. I'm not going to admit. Hold on a second, everyone. I am actually not going to admit why I couldn't hear Tyler.
So I think this is like you have multiple microphones. Is mine still working? Someone say yay, nay.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
But the thing is, though, that's the best part about doing this stuff. I can pass blame to you like it was your fault for what happened, not that my computer was on mute. So
and I keep, yeah.
So you take the blame on that, but no one's gonna know that my computer's on mute. Okay, all right. So we don't have any.
I should have just made a background on you. Well, JP, you check, man.
Another Okie. Dan said obviously everyone's chiming in that they can hear you. Stacy saying we can hear Tyler. We got James Van Alstyne Morton from OKC Morton. James, hope you're doing all right up there. Good buddy of ours who is actually he's in the oil field, but he's actually kind of he's making new circles out there, kind of in the Hollywood thing. So check James's work out. We worked with Mike Rowe, that Cherry Pie is to Die For. He did an episode on that. He was in that new Martin Scorsese movie that's coming out that took place in Pahuska, Oklahoma, where my in-laws are from, where it's closed on Sundays. So just FYI, if you feel like making a 4-hour drive up there. Did I turn off my volume? I did. Yes, David. That was supposed to be between us. Okay. Good morning from Houston. Good morning, Monica. Good morning from upstairs. I dig it. Cave says they don't teach Aggies how to use computers. No, they teach us football. Oof. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, dude.
You know, the best part is though, like I went to A&M and like I'm not really a hardcore like Aggie football connoisseur, but like once A&M beats LSU, like it is just it's like the best part is like I just mess with my friends. You know what I mean? Like Tyler Schultz or like all these like Tigers in the oil field. It's always fun to mess with them because I just really it doesn't matter to me, but it's always fun kind of getting other people's skin. So all right, so Dave says, "Okay, get back to work." Okay, we're having an online call-out session right now. I feel like we're on Twitter, but that's what it's all about. So, Tyler, thank you for joining us this morning, buddy. How are you today?
Hey, thanks for having me, JP. Glad we got all the technical difficulties out of the way early. The glitches out of the way. No, man, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to talk and share what the book's all about and talk with you, man. This is exciting.
Oh, we're going to talk, buddy. I love the shirt, buddy. You're looking great in that shirt. You're like a 12 out of 10 right now. All right. Just ordered the book for my 10-month-old boy. Thanks for sharing, gentlemen. I mean, that's so awesome to hear. And look, just kind of give a little background about this, Tyler. I'll tell you what, Tyler. For those that are tuning in right now that aren't familiar with you and your works, which is probably not many people, why don't you kind of chime in, kind of give us a quick elevator spiel, 30 seconds or less, kind of maybe obviously longer than that because we got time. It's just you and me here talking. No one's listening. So it's just you and me talking. So why don't you give me a little spiel about kind of your background and kind of where you are at today. And I know this is a tough question. If you want to learn more about Tyler, you can tune in the Energy Crüe podcast where I had him on previously. But give us the elevator spiel, buddy.
Sure, man. Well, about the book. So I guess going back middle school, high school, I did a lot of art. I was in all the art classes in high school, middle school and stuff. And I used some of those methods that I learned in high school and stuff to do this, like the watercolor here, for instance. That was a huge, taking the tools out of the closet and reopening all the paints and had my kids with me and stuff. And that was really cool. This all kind of started, the book did in 2020. A lot of people in the industry, including myself, lost their jobs. I kind of was scrambling. I had a lot of momentum with work, and I was like, man, I want to be doing something. I can't just stop work. So I started an LLC, and then the downhole tool side of things kind of started with me, and then also this book. And both kind of went a little slow as I found a job. Obviously, these go on the back burner, but the book was really cool because it was something that I was able to do mainly on the weekends with the kids. The kids would be coming in. My son's 7, my daughter's 4.5. They'd come in on the office where I'd be on a Sunday. I'd be painting, and they'd say, "Daddy, what are you doing?" And then I'd say, "Come on up here." And they'd sit on my lap, and I'd set up their paints, and sometimes on the floor, but floor and paints, and we'd be all painting together. So all the animations in this book, my kids were in the room for all of them, and I kind of knocked out all those first. So of the 9 typical energy generation methods, there's basically 9 sections in the book. And I was like, man, I want to start getting information out there for kids. In 4th grade.
Why did you feel that there was a need to get information out there for kids?
So I know me, along with a lot of people in the industry, for the past 100 years, we've always kind of gotten a bad rap in oil and gas. Now, I felt the need. I was like, man, all these changes in schools going on, all these discussions about energy policy. Kids don't need to be dragged into politics, but But just to kind of educate kids at an early age on just non-biased facts. And this book basically shows all the types of energy, how you do it, kind of, bird's eye view. It didn't go into details on a lot of stuff. Shows some repetitive things like, if you read the book, and kids will get it too, there's turbines in everything except for solar, which you could argue on a micro level, but a turbine is used for all energy generation. And yeah, there you go. Awesome,
There's
dude.
a key right there. A really cool key that the kid, and obviously it's not going to zoom in. David Gibson's the king at this stuff, not me. But as you see, there's a key here that takes the fuel, and then the process of it. What does it do to the fuel? I'm kind of doing this backwards, so bear with me. What it does to the fuel, and obviously the turbine that you're talking about right here, and then how that produces electricity. So go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, real simple way just to show how energy is generated, and a lot of confusion. First off, energy generation is a huge thing, because energy can't just be mined. You can't go out there and get energy. Hey, I'm going to go mine a quarry.
Pick up a bucket of energy, bring it home.
Yeah, exactly. And that was huge. Kind of in the process of this, I was like, man, we need to make sure that people understand that energy is not just something you just go get. You have to make it. It's a process. Every type of energy is a process.
Right.
Whether it's easier or harder, or greener or not so green, renewable. If it's tangible or not. Like solar is not really tangible, but like coal is very tangible. It's easy to store that.
Right.
You can't store the sun. You can't. Only 50% of the day, plus or minus, you can use that, and wind as well. And kind of goes through that. Each page has a cool little box that shows comparatively between each page, how easy is it? Is it easy to store? Is it considered renewable? Are we using it a lot? And
so just for those that don't know, I'm gonna kind of play something. Actually, no, I'm not. If you want to learn, I was gonna play that 30-second clip about you on the podcast and Doug right after the pandemic ended.
Yeah.
I was going to share that, but look, you and I are talking right now. We're going. So here's the book. All right. Obviously, I showed the cover of that and kind of talk about what Tyler's talking about. And Tyler, I'm gonna take you off screen just so I have more wiggle room.
Sure.
In the live stream biz. Hold on a second. All right. So here's the book. Obviously, you can find it on Amazon. And I'll tell you what. Once Tyler starts talking, I'm gonna kind of multitask and put the link up there where you can order this. This is on Amazon right now, and it is just released, and I was very happy. I said Santa came early for a nice little note. JP, your leadership and dedication to the energy industry inspires us all. You're a better tennis player and friend to David Little. I appreciate that. Tyler, keep on keeping on by Joe Dirt. So that's it right there. And then he's got this awesome watercolor that he did, dedicated to his children, I believe. And you can see all this right here. I'm just gonna do a kind of quick flip through so you kind of understand. So the questions are pretty much, when you're going to bed at night and you plug in your night lights, where does that energy come from? And this book does an amazing job explaining the different sources of energy and kind of and how it's kind of a and look, you got the wind right there, blowing some dragon breath on that turbine right there, turning it. And obviously you have here the process: wind, turbine, power station, power lines, your house. And it has a little chart here, easy to turn on and off, easy to store, is a consistent store. So this book is just full of coal, geothermal. And I'm just blown away, Tyler. Solar energy, sun energy. I feel like painting with your family, that was probably their inspiration. Hey, have the son drinking some nice, cool pink lemonade, some yummy lemonade. And it just goes on. Biomass, burn trees, natural gas, earth gas, oil, rock oil. And it's a great, great book. And at the end, I really dig this part. How much energy source do we use? So it kind of has a real breakdown. And honestly, Tyler, talking about this, look, my daughter, she's, the other day, she was talking about, she had her, holidays at her other home. And she was talking about, they're giving nicknames around. And, her bonus dad's in the oil and gas industry, and she gave him the nickname Pollution. I was like, why'd you do that? She's like, well, he's in oil. I was like, Evelyn, every single energy source has some impact. Okay, Oil and gas is so, but anyway, but that's, but I mean, going back to why it's so important. And I mean, think about that. I mean, we do Kids Crew here. You know what I mean? We're constantly promoting the benefits of hydrocarbons and all energy sources, and the fact that there's that not misunderstanding. So I love how this kind of takes all like the political BS out of it and kind of gives the basics, kind of an intro to energy, because obviously, I feel like energy is kind of like cholesterol these days. People are like, oh, I just want zero cholesterol. It's like, well, some cholesterol is good. You know what I mean? So, like, and you're not going to switch from like the world's not going to switch over from meat potatoes diet to a steamed broccoli diet overnight without. So I don't like how there's all these narratives of political stuff that's thrown into energy, but unfortunately that's the time we're in, and it's going to take time. And I think educational content like what you're putting out here is extremely important to the next generation. So I appreciate that. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like how you said when you tied it back to the nightlight. That was the goal as far as having kids relate to energy. A lot of times, obviously we've all got kids. They're not aware of flipping a light off. They leave lights on and stuff like my kids do, and that's one aspect of it. It teaches kids, okay, this is energy that was generated with some kind of energy. It's all conglomerated and mixed by the time it gets to your house, usually in some way, shape, or form. But it ties back to kind of what a kid sees. If the kid's reading this at bedtime, you're reading this to your child at bedtime, and they can relate to a nightlight. Every kid has seen a nightlight, and I feel like that was the goal, and helps them get a tangible aspect for it. And the closing of the book, like you showed, it's darker pages, kind of calms the book down at the end. I said calm, it's very colorful paintings down into this dark black, kind of soothing illustrations at the end, just so that kind of closes out nicely, and curtains closed, then you're tired, you want to go to sleep.
Oh, how much inspiration did your and obviously here's the link right here, and I'll put this on LinkedIn as well, so you can order it just in time for Christmas, so you can start educating the little one and yourself. Actually, I learned something from this too, and I really appreciate it. So there's the link of the book. You can check out how much I guess input did your children have when it came to kind of the drawings, like putting the lemonade in the sun. Do they have a lot of influence?
Yeah, so the cloud, like Mr. Cloud, Mr. Sun, the lemonade, golly, just all the little fun things. The dump truck, I say, awesome dump truck, and on the coal page. That I drew that with my son. That was really cool. But just naming them, like the call outs. When I first made like the first draft of the book, there were no call outs with the arrows pointing, and I was like, man, I want to have a book that you can open up and be like really fun, just fun, goofy, whimsical stuff going on, random, like the fossils. And you helped me a lot, and so did David Little a lot, on just kind of how to explain those last minute things at the end there. But it was fun, and the kids had a lot of influence, and picking colors too. There's a lot of colors that are on a similar scale from page to page, and they've just helped me and inspire me to do it too. It was fun.
So you've been working on this for almost 2 years now. I think it was November 2020 when I first had you on the first podcast around the Rotary, and we were talking about it. And you kind of had the idea, like, hey, look, I want to do a kid's book about energy. I want to do this, and that was before Connection Crew started. That was for Energy Crew, Kids Crew, and all that fun stuff started. And I was very, obviously I was like, oh, that's awesome, that's great, that's a great thing to do. We need to do that, and obviously throughout, the more deeper into we get through, to the present day, it's like, okay, well, this is needed. And it was so fun catching up with you again at the Doug conference, and you saying, hey, look, I've started it. So this has been a kind of a 2-year process for you, right? So how do you feel right now? The fact that it's kind of out there, it's out. I mean, did you have any like hesitations, second guesses? I mean, what was that process like for you, and how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I didn't really have a second guessing on it. It's a really cool process. I wanted to put it out as quickly as possible, but anything with artwork or even writing, you could just analysis, paralysis by analysis forever. I mean, I could have probably taken another year on this book and just said, man, I don't like how that word is. I need to switch these two words. And it wouldn't have added or taken away any value to the book.
Right.
You know, that's just how my brain works. I need, and, you know, I want to make sure it's perfect before I send it out. But I really had to call it. And can I use a funny reference, a funny Metallica reference?
Please do.
Okay. There's some kind of monster movie that came out in like 05, 06. I think it was 06. It was taped then, at least. Anyways, Lars Ulrich, the drummer for Metallica, was sitting in his house, and he'd started to do really big art stuff. He started to branch off and do art in conjunction with being a drummer. And he had this huge, awesome painting, crazy, like abstract, wacky stuff going on in the painting. It was behind him in his house, and he goes, there were some like yellow streaks in the top left corner, and he goes, well, how do I know I'm done? How come I didn't do 2 more yellow streaks in that corner? I just have to call it like I'm done with it. It's like music. You can always change it.
Right.
Same with art, same with anything we create. A procedure in oil and gas, like a drilling procedure. I mean, gosh, we could tweak that forever and maybe change the volumes here and there on some displacements or something like that for
Totally.
Yeah. So anyways, that was kind of the fun Metallica reference. Like just got to call it, and I put it out there, and I did feel really awesome because everyone was so supportive. You know, it was really a fun thing to do, to put out, and I want to do more too. But I just thank everyone's support. I mean, it's so awesome, and gosh, I just can't thank everyone.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now. Okay, the book's out there. You can find it on Amazon. The link is here. Check it out here. Right there. You can go there, click there, and obviously we're going to share this too. The book's out there. It looks great. I got my autographed copy. What's now? What's your goal to kind of to continue to promote this besides getting on the #1 live stream, stumbling, rambling host? Crüe conversation. What's your goal to kind of get the word out about this? Is it just kind of word of mouth? I mean, do you have a plan, or is it just kind of like, okay, that step is done, it's out there. Now I'm going to look at how to kind of promote it. Well, you really don't have to promote it because it's a book. It's going to stay out there. So what's your plan?
Yeah, so definitely, it's kind of like a well on decline. So right when the well comes on, it's your IP, and then it declines. The interest with anything, you know, you got to keep posting, keep talking about it to make it relevant. And my goal is just to keep this out there so kids can learn about it. That's really the big goal. I'd love to get it in the hands of as many people as possible, especially in the energy industry. I think it's a great gift for kids to learn. I've got my mother-in-law was a teacher. She just retired this past year, and she said in Houston, 5th grade learns all about, or 4th grade, sorry, in Houston, and then 5th grade here in Austin learns about energy. And gosh, it was so backwards, they said. And I said, well, man, we need to get this in the libraries. So I'm actually going to get this in my kids' library at the elementary school here in Austin. Going to do it probably tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah. So we're doing like little steps like that. You're a huge help, JP, talking about it, having me today. I'm really grateful for that. Just getting the word out. I just think it's a great book, and very blessed to have the opportunity to do it.
Well, I love how like it ties up like, look, I'm not giving Kids Crüe a plug right now, but I mean that was kind of it was one of those things where I was kind of sitting there with my wife, and I'm like, man, this industry it's very reactive. It's very like, oh well, here's data to prove you wrong, and at the end of the day, that's not going to change much. You know, it's just going to put us in more of our camp. So I think is providing actual factual energy information to children, and actually kind of like, okay, hydrocarbons, I mean, they're everywhere, you know, they're not as bad as what's being promoted. So it's kind of like, I really enjoy Kids Crüe and bringing in the operators to teach them STEM experiments and how, making slime, which is every parent's worst nightmare, you can be a chemist, or you like playing in a sandbox, digging through rocks and all that stuff, you can be a geologist. Like how, activities and hobbies as a kid can translate to a career. And plus we get them pumped about, energy, all sorts of energy. And but we do have a focus on hydrocarbons, so I do think that's an extremely important part of our industry that we're not talking. So I think it's going to take whether it's the book, What Makes My Nightlight Bright, Kyle Wagner's book, Goodnight, Drilling Rig, Kids Crüe, OERB, all this stuff that people are doing right now to positively impact the next generation, or at least to kind of give more information so they understand the realities of energy. I think it's crucial, man. I love it. I completely dig it, dude. How can we as an industry help besides purchase the book, everyone, wink, wink, how can we as an industry out there kind of help you in this, in kind of promotion of this book, or kind of getting it out there, or feed, whatever you're looking for? Leave reviews. I left a review on Amazon.
That would be huge. Anyone that does purchase the book, I'd ask that if you could, that'd be wonderful to do a review on Amazon. That'd be amazing. Those are worth, more than anything. Just, get 5 stars only. I'm just kidding. But yeah, and then also I would love to do some reading. So come read the book to groups of kids, whether it's at their schools or at a kids Crüe event.
I'd be down.
Anything like that. I mean, I want to make myself available. Even like if a kid wants my autograph on it, I would love to do that. I would love to just help out and be present. And
what's that extra charge to get your
nothing.
Oh, really? Okay.
I got my tiny Sharpie.
You're not there. That's all the ink I have. That's all the ink I have for my autographs.
Come get it. Yeah.
Well, that's good though, man. I mean, that's exciting. I think, and that's kind of the coolest part about this. I mean, there's so many different avenues for you to kind of get out there, whether it's reading, whether it's partnering up with people. I mean, there's so many different avenues to kind of either you lead or curtail, or whatever that looks like, or curtail's not a bad. So you know what I mean? It would kind of like piggyback off of different, I guess, efforts in our in the energy space to kind of get this book out there. And I completely dig that. So you changed your title on LinkedIn to author immediately the day this went posting, right? I love that.
Yep, I did, because
and
I said, man, I'm a published author. I need to put it on my LinkedIn page.
So author / illustrator / inventor. Let's talk about that, buddy. So again, when you and I were talking at Doug on the podcast, you were mentioning that you started kind of designing this new downhole product. It's actually a couple months back. It kind of got out there, and now I'm starting to see some graphics about it on kind of how the tool works and all. So talking about that process, I mean, father, musician, author, inventor. I mean, talking about the whole process of this and kind of, I mean, it's called evolution.
CT Evolution, yep, CT Evolution, and that's my kids' initials. Both of them, my son and daughter, they're both CET, and started that at about the same time as the beginning of this book as well. But it stemmed from an invention and a patent that's still pending a couple years later. So kind of near the tail end of that, the patent process, but. Gosh, in a nutshell, it's a downhole tool that can be run on any kind of pipe, probably a stick pipe or coil. It can do a clean out. It's a chambered tool, so it can hold different kinds of chemicals in solid form for more of a time release benefits. And gosh, working on getting the first couple runs in, just kind of the process on supply chain has been really fun. I got to learn basically how to start a small service company on the supply chain side. So, okay, building the tools, that was one hurdle. Now it's, okay, I've got the tools, and this was a year ago. I got the actual tools in hand, and, working out of the garage and sourcing the right O-rings, sizes. I'm not a huge downhole tool guy until now. I'm learning more about it, and just the amount of O-rings, it's amazing. There's like 1,000 different kinds, like thicknesses, obviously ODs, but IDs, thicknesses, temperatures, materials, strengths, everything. And then the actual balls for the ball drop system, designing those, what's the best fit for those. And I'm skipping over a lot, like the tool design was huge, just the ball seats and the angles and things like that for the design rates, and obviously the burst material rating for that, corrosion inhibiting steel on that. So that was huge in itself. But yeah, and then now the materials to actually deploy. So I've got materials that are made to be able to deploy in wellbores, whether it's a scale inhibitor, a dehydrated acid, or a corrosion inhibitor. Really, any chemical can be made into these cylinders. And working with all these different companies on the supply chain side, just to make these, like, this is the first tool of its kind. So these these sticks have never been made ever in this size or out of these different materials. So it's just really exciting to kind of be on the front end of that and to be closer and closer to running them. So just
That's exciting, man. I mean, that's a lot of again, that's a lot of hats, a lot of plates you're spinning, but it sounds kind of keeps things interesting, huh?
Yeah, it does. And to top that off, at Rockport Energy Services here in Austin, that's my main job. So doing all this, I'm on a great team here. We've got 10 employees. We got a rig coming next week to drill 6 wells in the Midland Basin.
Nice.
Did a few this year already. We're blowing and going here. We got a lot of awesome stuff going on at Rockport too. So, that's my forefront for sure. So just excited to be part of that team too. And they're so supportive as far as the book and the tool goes too. I mean, this team is second to none, and just all the support there is huge too.
Yeah. Hold up.
Hey, is my screen blinking for you, or is that just me?
No, it's mine.
No, like mine's blinking like a strobe almost, but
well,
it's just a party over here.
I want a party over here right now because I hate when this stuff happens.
Well, cool. Yeah. So basically, the tool itself, if anyone wants to talk about it, it's really good for cleanouts. Wells that are in a field that you have more development to do. So parent-child effects, if you want to go in and run some tracers in a wellbore that will stay at the toe of a well. And then just, you can produce that well and see if you still have those chemicals coming back. And if you do, the lateral's open. If you don't, the lateral's probably bridged off with some development that you've done, frac communication or something like that. So I've seen a lot of need for this in my career so far, and just really looking forward to getting it out there and getting that going too. So talking to a couple companies right now that are looking to partner. So working through some docs and stuff, but it's just really exciting to see that come to fruition too. So the book kind of came to fruition a couple weeks ago, and the tools kind of coming to some sort of fruition there too. So yeah, just looking forward to it, and I'm glad to talk to anyone about the tool. At any time, if anyone wants to reach out directly on LinkedIn or cell phone or email, I'd love to talk about it more.
Yeah, you can always connect with Tyler on LinkedIn, kind of shoot him a note, say hello. But I think that's kind of we have obviously we're facing some technical issues right now. But again, Tyler, congrats to you, man. I know something like this is not driven for financial gain or anything like that. This is more to provide a resource for the next generation, the generation after that. So obviously, man, I'm very proud of you. I really am. And I think you've done tremendous work. I love the book, and I love how your kids were involved in the book, just like Evelyn was involved. My daughter was involved in making the logo for the shirts.
Awesome.
I love bringing them in and kind of getting them involved on that side of the things, and whatever they can, whether it's so that there are creative designers or kids pretty much. Yeah. So I mean, during one of the presentation for Kids Crüe, I showed it to my daughter, and she's like, "Daddy, why don't you show how the oil is actually dug out of the ground?" So I was like, "That's a great call." So I actually put a video in on kind of how oil. So it's always good bringing the little ones in and kind of seeing if they understand, kind of getting their feedback, because before 2005, before I started the industry, I had no concept about energy. I had no concept about oil and gas. I just thought you fill your car up and that's it. I had no realization on how it touches every aspect of our life. So I think doing this stuff, I completely dig. Does anyone out there have any questions or comments you want to throw in, or say hello to Tyler and kind of see what if there's anything that we can do as an industry? I'm not sure if we're still. Yeah, LinkedIn's kind of messed up. It is. This is the second time it's kind of crapped out on LinkedIn. But no, man. Honestly, I think I'm proud of you, dude. I think this is huge. I think this is so. What obviously this is the first step, and I would love to see kind of talk about. I want to kind of get your story on kind of what the second step of this is, and obviously if there's anything that we can do at over here at our house, the Warren household, to help you out, please let us know.
Yeah. So like you kind of said it earlier, you know, Kyle Wagner has a couple great books out about the oil and gas industry. This one's out now. There's also Nancy Zakor. I might be saying her last name wrong, but Nancy
Oh yeah.
she has a career in oil and gas. I was with Oxy for a long time. She's now doing, I believe it's investment banking and oil and gas too still, but she's got a really good book. It's not directed towards oil and gas, but she's a great advocate for the energy industry that also wrote a book called The Origin of the Alphabet. And
yeah, okay. She actually reached out to me. I need to follow up with her, but obviously, you know, with LinkedIn messages, they always get buried. But I do need to follow up with her. But it did sound very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, she's really nice. I got to connect with her, and just she's, you know, her book is awesome, and just getting anyone that has kind of creativity in the oil and gas industry, it's really cool to get out there, because our industry is a lot of technical and numbers, but man, to have a right brain come out of the oil and gas industry is great, because it allows a lot of creativity, a lot of fun, you know, and kids like that too. So it'd be really cool maybe to partner up and do a book reading or something like that. I feel like that'd be beneficial for kids and things like that.
That'd be awesome. So someone just asked how they want to learn more about that downhole tool. So I'm going to CT Evolution's LinkedIn page. And I'm going to post that if anyone's kind of curious about that.
Yeah, there's some really good animations I had done by oil and gas visuals. I don't know. They've been posting a lot of things that they've been doing. They're out of Cairo, Egypt, and they've got a really good technical team that can.
Go to CT Evolution's LinkedIn page. I'm going to post that if anyone's.
Yeah, so they do a lot of really good animations of tools, wellheads, all kinds of stuff for a lot of companies. And I saw them on LinkedIn actually, and I was like, man, I need to get some good visuals. I was just making PowerPoint presentations with like click through, just click through animations, like when a ball seats.
I know that.
Yeah, exactly. So these are cool.
It's so funny how once you upgrade the animations and all that stuff, it just it takes I just signed up for that Canva website, and it's just like, so I was doing everything on PowerPoint, you know, and so I started doing this Canva thing, and it's game changer. So bringing that professional side of things to the animation and all that stuff's legit. So
yeah, your Canva game is strong, man.
Buddy, it's fun. I enjoy doing that stuff though. But hey, yeah. So if anyone has any questions for Tyler, or how to talk to him about, again, the book, What Makes My Nightlight Bright, A Kid's Guide to Energy, please, you can find that on, again, Amazon. You can find that in the comments. And again, I'm probably make a post about this. You can find that in the comments. Check it out, Amazon. Look up What Makes My Nightlight Bright and type in Tyler Thomason's name to find it. As it's just got launched, it's a little bit. I found it difficult to find right now just because it's so new out there. But with the more reviews, more this, more that, it's going to kind of make its way to the top. So if you're out there and you can kind of leave a nice, leave a sweet review for Tyler, because he's very sensitive. That's what Tyler doesn't want to say. He's very sensitive. So you don't want to hurt his day. Okay. So so check it out on Amazon. Get it for the holidays. Kids will love it.
Oh yeah. Good stocking stuffers, good for that.
But so and if you want to learn more about CT Evolution, the downhole tool that Tyler invented, check that out. You want to learn more about those 6 wells that he's drilling and completing in West Texas, I will send you his personal cell phone number to the highest bidder, and that's it. So
awesome. Thanks, GP. I won't have any battery now.
All right, brother, man. I really do appreciate what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And I love how I got this in the mail. And everyone out there, get your book today. And it's cool sitting here. And obviously reach out to Tyler if you have any questions, comments. Just want to say hello and meet a really cool cat who digs Metallica and is also a musician. So, man, I appreciate everything, Tyler. I hope, do you have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah, man. It was good. Really good.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to be real here. I'm kind of over Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
It's over this year, so you're good. You got 51 weeks.
I kind of feel like, I'm not going to get into this rant, but I feel like Halloween's a great one. Like Christmas is solid. I feel like Thanksgiving's like the lazy, cousin that comes into the holiday mix. Like, yeah, let's just eat and sit around. So anyway, so it was good. I'm actually getting my haircut today for the first time, actually paying for a haircut. the first time in 4 years, 4.5
Whoa.
years today. Yeah, getting it cleaned up, buddy.
You get that Sport Clips punch card out, blow the dust off of it.
Morris Clip, son, come on, buddy, come on, son. So, all right, well, hey, man, you have a great rest of the day. Hey, take some pictures when you're reading that to the kids at school, man. I'd love to see some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually, so my dad volunteers at Comal Middle School down in near Canyon Lake, Texas, and he volunteers every Wednesday. So I'm going to do a book reading there, and then also my son's school and my daughter's too. So yeah, I'm trying to go on tour, book reading tour.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Like not only you dealing about whales and all that stuff, you're doing a book reading tour for kids too. So I dig that.
Yeah.
So, all right, buddy. Well, I think that's all I got for you today. If anyone wants to chime in on all that stuff, now's your time. If not, no worries. You can always connect with Tyler again on LinkedIn. But man, you keep doing what you're doing. If there's anything that we can do over here at Kids Crüe or Connection Crüe or whatever, just let us know. Probably easier to get in touch with than David Little. And that's all I got to say. I love shouting out to David. You know, the best part of this, David's going to see this probably like tomorrow. He's like, JP, damn it.
Yeah. So y'all named me 3 times in this broadcast.
Popular. So, all right, buddy. Well, you be good, man. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in. And you can rewatch this on our Crüe conversations on our YouTube channel. And also, check that out for other industry conversations we're going to be having.
Yep. Appreciate you, JP. Thanks for all you're doing, man, in the industry. And thank you, everyone, for chiming in. Appreciate y'all's time.
All right, brother. Well, you be good. Everyone be good. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon.